Right, guys, shall we get started? So this is about discussion of the MCQs of the resource book. So we have completed past papers to some extent, and there are no unit papers for this one, but surely we'll be revising your knowledge again by discussion of model papers. Right, that part we'll be doing. And here you have around 40 plus MCQs. So let's see how we have answered. And for the questions, I'll share from the screen. And for the explanation, I'll come to the board. And let's see the first question, financial management. Please do not forget to share your answers. And when you're sending the answer, please make sure you send along with the question number, right? Because otherwise it will, unable to correctly tick when I see the chat box, right? Okay, so straightforward question, financial management, question number 1, or from the book, it's 268. The basic purpose of financial management. So is that maximization of profits of the business? But we know it's one of the objective of a business, maximizing sales, maximization of your profits and everything. But can we really consider it's one of the main objective of financial management? No. Then what about the maximization of the earning of the business, which means the sales? It's not much, right? Maximizing of business related value or the wealth of the owners. Yes, we were talking about adding value to the owners. For example, now it's about that you try to increase the market price of the shares, but with that you try to create a wealth. So yes, without any doubt, we can move with question number this one, with option number 3. But let's see the rest of the answers as well. Maintenance of the liquid of the business in an optimal level is one of a core objective, not the basic purpose or the main objective. And then you have ascertaining these long-term financial stability of the business. No, right? It's one of a purpose, but not the basic purpose, right? So I hope you got the correct answer. Question number 268. Correct answer, option number 3. 269. Let's move that question. Given below a few investment decisions taken by a business. A. Decisions regarding debtors. Right? Decisions regarding modernization of the business. Decision regarding trade stock. Decision regarding working capital, and decisions regarding diversification of the business, and also decision regarding the improvement of the business. Right? For that, they're asking you the fact, out of the above decision, the answer that includes long-term investment decisions and short-term investment decisions respectively. Now we know that when you come to the investment decision, right, there are two main decisions: financing decision, where you'll be obtaining the funds, and the decision related to invest. So investment decision also, there could be short-term objectives and long-term objectives. Right. Now what do you think? if you consider decision regarding debtors, right? So obviously it's a short-term investment, right? It will be short-term. And then decision regarding the modernization of the business, the returns will be getting in the long term, right? So I would say B is something long term, right? B long term, which is short term. Decision regarding working capital. So working capital means your day-to-day operation, right? The amount of money that required for your day-to-day operations. So for that, obviously, short-term, stock short-term. Decisions regarding diversification of the business, long-term, you will think about diversifying your business in order to minimize the risk. And the decisions regarding the improvement of the business. Yes, so that also long term. Now, so as far as we concern that, BEF, right? So BEF should be long term, and ACD should be short term, right? So then we have an answer, option number 3. So question 269. We have option number 3. Okay. So hope you are clear with that. Now moving to question number 270. Given below are the various sources of funds of a business. So you have share issues, debenture issues, retained profits, provision for depreciation, commercial papers, bank overdraft. Now, out of the above, the answer that shows the long-term direct internal sources. So it has to be something long-term and direct internal of funds and the long-term direct external source of funds. Now let's try to see whether what are those long-term direct and long-term direct external, right? So let's see. Now share issues, guys. Now what do you think about this? Right. Now first one we have to find internal sources, right? Now let's pick up something. Now retained profit is something internal, right? Internal. So then C should be an internal thing. So with that, we can, remove those answers. And if you think something like bank draft, we cannot consider. Why? Because both of the cases, they are asking long-term methods, right? So bank draft is a short-term thing, right? So then, if any answer contain F, we can just ignore. So then you will come up with an answer which is C, D, A, and B. Now let's see. Yes, retained profits and provision for depreciation. Yes, those are internal. And A and B, share issue and a debenture issue. Yes, that we can consider as external. Yes. Obviously, the commercial paper also external, but that is short term. So then we can go with option number 3. Right, moving to question number 271. Financial managers focus on the financial sources for fulfilling financial requirements of their firm. So new factors they focus on there is given below. So among them, what is the factor on which much concentration is not placed in financial management? much concentration is not placed, right? So even they have highlighted, they have mentioned that in the bold color and underline, right? Required amount of funds and required time. Now guys, the main thing, there are two main things you'll be considering: investing the funds or how you obtain the funds, right? So in that manner, required amount of funds is one of the things that you need to concentrate or you need to look into. Cost in obtaining funds and collect years to be pledged. Yes, that's something you need to think. Nature of the business organization and influence to the capital structure. Yes, that also one of the things, because when you suddenly try to list or issue shares, that will have impact to the organizational structure. The ownership could be changed, so there could be such a scenario. So you have to always have an idea about the capital structure, whether more from debt capital or more from equity capital, so that have an impact. Nature of the invested project and the benefits of expected. Obviously, yes, when you are investing, for example, the NPV analysis, so nature of the investment project and the benefits. So that is about you invested and you are looking for the returns. That also you need to consider. The number of employees of the business and the technology, that is not much concentration, maybe to some extent, but if you compare the first four answers, first four options, those are the key things I need to concentrate, but not something number of employees of the business and the technology, right? So out of the given answers, the much concentration is not placed compared to the rest of the things is option number 5. I hope we are clear with that. Next question, 272. Given below are few investment ways that the funds obtained by a financial manager can invest. So you can purchase fixed asset, properties, shares, and the purchase of various items. Okay, let's see, payment of various expenses, expansion and the modernization of the business. Among the above, the short-term financial investment. What do you think? Can I have an answer, please? 272. Should be short-term investment. Now something like expansion of and modernization comes under long term. So if you see any answer contain E, right, you can straight away cut those off. And purchase of shares also belong to long-term financial investment. So P also you can just ignore, right? So what about fixed assets, right? Now fixed assets is kind of long-term investment, and also G, there's nothing option called G, right? Okay, anyway, that, so then we end up with C and D. C is purchase of various items and payment of various expenses, right? So that we can go with that, but here I need to give a more specific idea about these. What are those various items? So let's say like short-term investment, like various items like treasury bills or commercial papers, right? And also payment of various expenses or something like stocks, right? We'll be purchasing stocks, so that will be short-term investment. Because otherwise you might wonder how an expense will become an investment, right? Now for example, sometimes you might have seen for some courses, right? Some professional studies, they do not mention as a course fee, right? They mention as the investment, right? So some diplomas, some short-term courses. For example, there are some courses. There are some certificate courses that you can follow if you have any interest in Columbus Stock Exchange, that provided by SEC. So they say they're not mentioning that it has it's a kind of a strategy as well. They don't mention as course fee or a payment fee. They're saying investment, right? It's a kind of investment. So likewise, payment of various expenses in terms of maybe for the stocks that we can consider. Moving to next one, 273. The answer that includes only the financial statements used to obtain necessary information in financial management. Yeah, there are a couple of statements which help you to, especially for you to do the statement analysis. Now let's see what we can get the answer to the 273. Cash flow statement and budget report. Yeah, so budgeting comes under it's kind of a forecasting thing, right? Not necessarily for you to obtain information about the financial management, right? Those are belong to management accounting part. So those are those budgets and stuff, right? Anyway, sales budget. So cash flow, no, not production budget anyway, it doesn't matter. The income statement, statement of financial position, and the cash flow. Yes, those are the statements that will be, especially those are the statement that based on the ratios analysis as well, right? So then, without any doubt, question number 273, option number 4. Moving to 274. Given below are few information adapted from the balance sheet of Handegala Company PLC, Handegala Company PLC. Answer the question from 274 and 275. The current ratio and the quick ratio, guys. So current ratio is your current assets versus your current liabilities. So what do you think the current assets are? They are anyway given, right? The total current assets 160, right? So 160 given. So 160 divided by 80. Yes, 160 divided by 80,000. So you get just 2, right? So 2:1 is your current ratio. So then you try to ignore those ones, right? So it should be 305. Then moving to the quick ratio, you will be getting the liquid assets instead of current assets. So how you do that? From the current assets, you'll be deducting or you'll be removing the closing stocks, and if there's any other future payments or the payments in advance, right? Prepaid expenses. So can we find any prepaid expenses here? No, they haven't provided. So then we assume there are no prepaid expenses, but we do have, they have provided the closing stocks. What you can do is just deduct the closing stock, and your current liability remains same. So which is 120 divided by 80. So you get like yes. So in 40 years, 2 and 3, right? So it's 3, 2. So yeah, so we can go with option number 5. 275. According to the above information, the gross and net profit ratio of Handegala Company are in order. The same set of information, right? They are provided. Yes. Oh, why is that? Ratio. No? They have asked, right? So it's gross profit and net profit ratio. They have given you the percentage. Well, so yes, can I have please? Can I have answers to that, please? Can I give you 1 minute? I hope you have already, because I advise you to do that on Monday. Yes. Can we have the gross profit here? Yes, it has been mentioned. So gross profit divided by your sales, you have sales 90,000, so a gross profit of 24,000. So 24,000 divided by 90,000 into 100%. Yes, guys, is that 26.66? Is that correct? Yes. So then coming to the net profit, you know that you need to make sure the net profit before tax. No doubt they have provided straight away net profit before tax. So then what you can do is your 18,000 divided by your sales, which is 90,000, and into 100%, that is 20%, right? So can we go with the option number 1? Yes, question number 275, correct answer. Number 1, right? 26.66 of the gross profit and a net profit of 20%. Which means now, guys, what's the actual meaning here? Which means that out of 20% of the sales, right? So if the sales is 100%, we have a net profit of 20, which is good, right? So if we just take 90,000 into 20%, right? So you'll be getting the answer of 18,000, right? And also the same manner, right? Out of the total sales, you have 26.66% of the gross profit. Two, 276. The correct ratio to calculate the debtors turnover. Right, guys, at least can I have an answer for this, please? Make sure you communicate with the chat. Hope you have worked on this, right? If not, I can give you time. Yes. Debtors turnover ratio, guys, how we calculate? Hope we have had short note on this, right? All the formulas, and make sure you're not getting the formulas right. Or formulas then exam get it. Yes, debtors turnover ratio. Do we consider total sales or only the credit sales? Debtors, right? Now, debtor will be created once you made the credit sale. So that you have to consider credit sales, right? Not the total sales. Right? So the credit sales divided by your average debtors right? Not by the stock. So can we go with option number 3? Guys, if you haven't worked this, no point of, because otherwise you won't get a chance to practice the question and see your answers, right? So just let me know, because then I can allocate time, at least 1 minute for each question, then you get a chance to write an answer. Otherwise, you'll be just marking the answers. Well, question number 277. Well, can I have answer for this, please? I'm not gonna move to next question until I receive the answer. Right, 277. The group that includes the components of the financial system. Right, so I'll give 1 minute. So I'll highlight, they're asking the components, right? The very first day I explained what is financial system and its components. Yes, I'm still waiting for your answer. Question number 277. Can I have the answer, please? Guys, when I send in the answers, please send to Sachin D, right? Not to the my BS class, right? Send to the user Sachin, or else you can just share as a message to everyone, no issue. But if you want to send a direct message, just send that one. Right, what do you think? 277. Yes, because without having how we have understood the questions, no point of moving forward, because knowledge really helps for me to explain, right? why you have picked this, why you haven't picked the correct one, why have ended up with this option. So you are saying option number 5, right? Option number 5. Is that correct? Can I give another 1 minute? Please recheck. So seems like you're not up to the level, right? How can you pick option number 5? They're asking the components. They are not asking what comes under each component, right? Shall I give you a hint then? Now, in the option number 5, it says money market. So money market is not a component, but the financial market is a component. Under that, you have money market, capital market, right? So likewise, you need to pick the correct components. So under those components, there are a lot of things coming up, right? Because now in a system, component means the main features, right? So that's what I explained the fact. When you say financial system, right, that is the main objective is the financial intermediation. And the financial system කියලා ගත්තොත් කොහොමද මේක හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ? Right? කොහොමද මේක හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ? The financial system එකක ඉන්නවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම අපි කතා කරමු මොනවද financial institutions තියෙනවා. Financial markets තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Financial market වල trade වෙන්න financial instruments තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Right? Financial instruments. ඒ වගේම financial system එක හොඳ payment and settlement system එකක් තියෙනවා. You need to have a good infrastructures, right? So here financial infrastructure or another slip system, financial infrastructure. Now, this is instruments, this is instrument, this is infrastructure. ඒ වගේම මේකේ තියෙනවා regulatory board එකක් නේද? Regulators ලා, which is CBSL, Securities and Exchange Commission, right? So those are the main components of a financial system. Then මෙතන තියෙන දැන් example එකක් විදිහට ආයි option number 1 එන්න නැත්නම් ඒකේ තියෙන financial market හරි, financial institutions හරි, central bank හරි, but ඒකේ කියන licensed commercial banks, licensed specialized bank. එතකොට ඒ ඔක්කොම ආයි තියෙන්නේ financial institution කියලා. ඒතර මේකට examples තමයි ඒවා, right? මොනවාද? You might remember, right, the 4 classifications. So licensed commercial banks, licensed specialized bank, financial companies. A lot of things comes under that, but they're asking the component, right? When you ask for a components, you cannot provide the examples of what comes under those. Try your third option now. The correct answer is second one. Central bank, financial instruments, financial markets, financial institution and infrastructures. I third answer again at license specialized bank. I fourth again at share market. Share market kila kiyanne financial markets market කියන එක කොටස් දෙකකට බෙදෙනවා. Right? කොහොමද බෙදන්නේ? Money market and capital market. So capital market යටතේ තමයි share market එන්නේ. ඒතර ඒක main component එකක් නෙමෙයි. පැහැදිලිද? මේ වගේ simple questions වරද්ද ගන්න බෑ. Got it? So you have the money market. Right? Short term. So capital market. The capital market එකට example එකක් තමයි share market. ඒතරාට ඒක main component එකක් කියලා ගන්න බෑ. පැහැදිලි කතාව shall we have මේක අපිට ආයි ලියාගන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. අපි මේක ගැන කතා කරලා මෙතනින් තමයි lesson එක පටන් ගත්තේ අපි. But anyway, can we have the short note please and make sure you pick the correct one. 277 correct answer number 2. Right, so please get this note and I want you to focus on next one, 278. Can I have the answer please? Then only the guys. Otherwise, I don't know which level that you are in, to which extent that you are have understood the concept. So it's really important for me to do the explanations. Then I know how we have to think of. So please make sure you provide the answer for the 278. Right, guys, shall we move to the next question, please? 278. I hope you are clear with the previous one. Can I have the answer for 278? The financial institutes that include insurance companies, employee provident fund, government employee provident fund are known as yes, what's the answer? Question number 278. So those organizations belong to which category? Yes, contractual savings institutions. Contractual. So 278, correct answer number 3. And those are like straightforward questions. 279, the payment settlement system that helps to ensure the well performance and the stability of the financial system of a country. What do you think? Just we discussed, right? Few seconds ago. Yes, can I have the answer? 279. Guys, try to understand the vibe of MCQs, right? So it's an art, it's a technique that once you very familiar with that. Yes, option number 5. And the financial infrastructures. Settlement system, payment system, so financial infrastructures. So 279. We can go with option number 5. 280. The way of categorizing financial market on the base of the maturity periods of the financial securities is. This also we discussed just a while ago about the financial market. Yes, what's the answer? 280, guys. You cannot take much time. Yes, that's the number 2, right? That you divide as money market and capital market. That is the base of the maturity periods, right? So if it is short term, you will go to the money market, long term capital market. So 280 can go with option number 2. 281, can I have the answer? So some functions of financial market are given below, right? They're asking the answer that shows the functions of money market and capital market separately and respectively. Yes, please go through 281. So what falls under money market, which is short term, what falls under capital market? It seems like you haven't worked on this because we need to save time. That's why I asked you to do, but that's fine. But can we at least focus on this, right? So is that 1? Option number 1, I say. Is that so? Okay, can we check on this? So obtaining a loan by one commercial bank from another bank in the interbank called money market, guys. Can you remember those? Through the RTGS system. So then obviously within 3 days, so we don't have any doubt here, right? So where you need to obtain the funds quickly, right? So you need to go to the money market. So A belongs to money market. Then what we can do is option number 2, 5. Second one, obtaining Sri Lankan rupees from commercial banks by selling foreign current received by exports. Yes, so that is foreign exchange market. Yes. So that is, yeah, so that is short term. So B also comes under money market. So then, obviously, we have answer, right? We have answer. Let's say the C, purchase of treasury bonds. Guys, when you say bonds, right? So it's a short, it's not short term. So bills are short term, bonds are long term. So C should be something comes under capital market. So you can see here, C they have mentioned under money market, which is incorrect. So then option number 4. Well, so A and B, then you got C, D, E, treasury bonds, and you got sales. Guys, the share market belongs to capital market, right? You might think, okay, you'll be selling shares short period of time. But the purpose of investing shares is to, there are two main benefits that we'll be looking for, which is dividend. Now, in order to keep a dividends, guys, you will keep at least couple of, 12 months, right? The company will be paying dividends and also capital gain. It's true that you will be selling in short term as well, but the purpose of investing is not just that much short term, right? So we consider share market as a capital market. So C, G, and E, obviously the debentures, that's also belong to long-term debentures. So yes, so we have answer number 4. 282. Can we have the answer for 282? The institute that administrates the selling and purchasing of shares of listed companies. Yes, guys, it's not the commission, right? It's not the Securities and Exchange Commission, it's the Colombo Stock Exchange. So that is the institute, right? So the Colombo Stock Exchange එක monitor කරන්න SEC එකේ ඉන්නවා. So SEC එකේ යටතේ තව ගොඩක් institutes තියෙනවා. So the administration and the selling and purchasing. So it says the selling and purchasing. So that's why, right? Otherwise, because you might pick, there's a chance that you pick in the second one. මොකද ඔයා හිතනවා මේක admin. Colombo Stock Exchange එක monitor කරන්නේ SEC එකේ. That is correct. But they are saying the administrator selling and purchase. So the Securities and Exchange Commission is not involved in selling and purchasing, right? So to administer that, yes, that's the one and only stock exchange, Colombo Stock Exchange. So which is number 3. Yes, can I have the answer for 283, please? Question number 283. There are main 2 boards, right? So you got the Dirisavi board. The main board and the Dirisavi board. So what sort of requirements that you need to fulfill? Dirisavi board. Yes, it's the fourth one. Guys, now it's stated capital 500 million. That's one of a criteria or a condition to be fulfilled for these main board, right? If you want to list it on the main board, now they're asking the Dirisavi board, no? Right? So not that much of a capital that you need, right? 500 million is quite high, so half a billion. The minimum public holding should be 25%. That also belongs to the public, this main board, right? So at least out of their minimum holding. So the public sector, you need to make sure that public is holding 25% of the issued capital. That's also main board. And also net profit for your previous, your continuously for last 3 years, that is also main board. And the stated capital company should not be less than 100 million. So you can see it's a kind of an incentive, or it's a kind of a motivation, or a, I would say, encouragement for them to list. That's why the board is known as a Dirisavi, right? When you say it's single, when you say Dirisavi, it's kind of a encouragement, right? Yes, so it's a fourth one. So what about the fifth one? Net assets as per consolidated audited financial statement for the last 2 years. Yes, that is also that you require for the main board, right? Main board. So then we can go with option number 4, right? Good. And shall we focus on 284, please? Yes, guys, what do you think? 284? Ordinary shares, yes, that is something that you can exchange. Share warrants, yes, right? Share warrant is that you get the chance to purchase shares for agreed future price, agreed price in the future. But not, guys, these share certificates, right? You cannot trade share certificates. So then, certificate of deposits, which is fixed deposit certificate, can you trade? No. Then government securities, yes, without any doubt. And corporate debentures, share warrants, preference shares, order share, that is correct. Fifth one, you cannot consider promissory notes, use of exchange. So 284, correct answer. Fourth one, right? Please make a note of it. The instrument that you can create: government securities, corporate debentures, share warrants, preference, and ordinary shares. Yes, can you please have a note on this with the tradable document for the instruments that you can exchange? At 285, redistribution of shares for an existing ordinary shareholder for a company on a certain ratio. Yes, guys, can we have the answer, please? 285. Right, guys, can we consider capitalization of reserves? A right issue or a bonus shares? So it's not issuing corporate debentures, it's not about the share warrants. So it's not bonus shares as well, because if it is a bonus share, it's a free of charge that you will be getting some shares. Right? What do you think? So it should be either option number 1 or 2. Right? Either 1 or 2. What do you think? That's how, if you consider right issue, they need to mention that there will be redistribution the shares for the existing shareholders at a lesser price than the market price. Now, for example, in a Hales company, the market price of the share is 125, and they give it the chance to the existing shareholders to purchase at 100 rupees. Right? So here, guys, we have to go with the capitalization of reserves, where you will be because for the capitalization, it just they'll be distributing shares, right? They do not charge for those distributions, right? So that one we need to go with the option number 1, right? Because if it is mentioned as a right issue, then they will mention the fact that so they are getting the chance to purchase at a lesser price. They don't mention anything regarding the price of the shares. Just saying the redistribution. So redistribution from the reserves. 286. Can we focus on 286, please? Yeah, there are benefits of investing in security. There are two types of benefits: direct benefits, indirect benefits. Now, for example, interest is something direct benefit. Right issue something a direct benefit, right? Dividends, the direct benefit. Capital gain, direct benefit. Apart from those, there are indirect benefits as well. Now, investing shares, the direct benefits are the dividends and capital gains, right issue. But apart from that, you get some indirect benefits. Now, something like the voting rights, right? Some as collectorials, you can do this as collectorials, loan, right? So it's better if you have an idea about the direct benefits. Then you can just eliminate those. For example, dividends direct, interest direct, dividends direct, right issue direct. Bonus shares, guys, yeah, that is something entitled for a bonus share is a indirect, but anyway, the answer we cannot take. So dividends direct, dividends direct. So then we can go with option number 4, right? But that also needs to be a couple of changes, no? Voting rights, correct. Collectors, correct. Bonus share, correct. But capital gains, guys, capital gains is the direct benefits. This should be capital gains free from tax. So that's the point. Capital gains belong to direct benefits. So capital gains free of tax. Free from tax. Can we just change that? So then we can consider the fourth one. And also you can convert into cash quickly. And will be entitled, it will be entitled to a point as a director, right? From the voting rights, that also indirect benefit. Yes, can we make those changes? With that, we can go with the option number 4. Well, 287, can I have the answer for 287? The index used to measure the movements of the shares price of 20 largest high liquidity companies in the Colombo Stock Exchange. Yes, can I have the answer, please? 287. Yes, guys, it's a easy, the easiest one, right? Which is the S&P SL 20 index. So that's the 20 largest companies. 287, correct answer. Number 3. 288, the institute that monitors the operations of Colombo Stock Exchange. Can I have the answer to this, please? 288. Yes, that is the secret. You know, try to write. It's a MCQs critical. Like a parallel that Kalina says, some chance at the party. selling and the purchase and selling of the shares. But here, who monitors or who monitors operations of CSC, which is Securities and Exchange Commission. So 288 question number 1. 289. The ratio that shows the relation between the investment on assets and the earning generated by those investments. 289. The relationship between the investment on assets and the earning generated. Assets and the earnings. What's the type of ratios? That is the activity ratios, or else we can say operational ratios, right? Activity ratios, operational ratios. Two nines. Okay, that's about it. That are the 2 nines, so that is the chart, right? Okay. So we discuss those 20 plus questions from 2. Yeah, right. So 268, 268, 2. Two, 8, 9, yes. 21 questions. Yeah, so please, refresh your knowledge. Financial management is important. Even if you haven't planned to answer for the second part, questions will be tested from the first part, which could be MCQs, fill in the blanks, and even for the short answer type question, right? So that's about it for this lesson. So we have conducted 13 sessions. So 11 sessions for theories and then 1 session for past paper discussion, and today MCQ discussion. So then we'll move forward with the HR lesson on Monday, right? Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you with the next session. Thanks.